Hello and welcome to Wheelsboy Chat, the chat show where we invite an interesting guest to discuss an interesting topic related to the Chinese car market. Our guest for this video is a repeat one, Mr. Mark Andrews. Welcome.
Good to be back.
Good to have you. So the topic for today's video is, can China make a luxury vehicle?
I'm going to throw something at you.
Hit me.
Can China make a non-luxury vehicle?
Okay, now explain.
Okay. Well, if you look at the Chinese car industry, how it actually started around about 1958 with Hongqi.
True.
Now, Hongqi is all about a luxury car in many ways. In some, it's often known as the Rolls-Royce of China.
Yes.
I'm not sure if that's quite fair, but...
Yeah, I was going to say, it's been called. It's been called.
Yes, it's been called.
People are saying...
Yeah. So... And up until really the 1980s, all you had in China was really Hongqis and Shanghais. And Hongqi were for the top people, and Shanghai for the not so top people.
The common man, more of the common man.
Well, not really that common.
Not that common.
Yeah.
So I guess your point is that China might have more experience creating luxury vehicles, right?
Than
they do
cars for the masses.
Mass-produced. Yeah, that's an interesting thought. So with all of that experience under their belts, they must have a competitor to a Rolls-Royce, right?
Well, that brings us on to another Hongqi, doesn't it?
It does. Say it together,
L5.
The L5. So can we say with a straight face that we think that the L5 is a genuine competitor to the Rolls-Royce? And I'm not saying that, and for the record, we understand that it's apparently, you were telling us, it's possible if you know the right people to privately purchase one.
I know of somebody who has one in Beijing.
It's not easy, but it's possible. And you have, whatever, $3 million, whatever it costs. Yeah. But can we say with a straight face that it's a legitimate competitor to even a Ghost?
Probably not. Although I think neither you or I have even sat in one.
True. Nor will we probably ever. If you know somebody that's got one, let us know. I say that in every video about some car, and so far, no luck, but one day. That's going to pay off. I still want somebody to give me a Handsome. Whoever has the Hongqi Handsome, find me. So not really is the answer.
Presumably not really, yeah.
In theory, but in fact, I don't know many people, apart from people like us, that would just think having an L5 would be amazing and fascinating versus a Rolls-Royce.
It would be that really for the unique factor, or else other reasons.
It would, It would be because you are not going to see another one.
Yeah.
And honestly, if I had that much money, that's what I would do with it.
Yeah.
But
in fact, the one I know of in Beijing has had its suspension lowered. And
is it the one that's like a VIP style with the wheels on it and changed and stuff?
Yeah.
There is. Look this up. Look this up. I lost my mind when I saw this thing. Someone in Beijing, I believe it must have been Beijing based on what you were saying, someone in Beijing has done a VIP, like Japanese VIP style Hongqi L5.
Yeah, they mod it.
Lowered. Yeah. It's got the flags.
Yeah.
It's got the cool dish wheel. Oh, it's absolutely amazing. Amazing. So anyways, basically the answer is no to the ultra luxury high-end stuff.
Yeah.
Let's jump down to more what is mainstream luxury, premium cars.
Yeah.
So your BMW, Mercedes, and Audi competitors, right?
Jaguar and Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, right, okay, whatever. Yeah, sure. So does China make, and I'll split this into two.
Yeah.
ICE and EV.
Yeah.
Let's start with ICE. Does China have a internal combustion engine competitor in the luxury segment?
Well,
in like, we're saying high end, so not your 3 Series and A4 and C-Class. We're saying your S-Class, A8, 7 Series.
Right. Not really. I mean, the closest they have is the Hongqi H9.
Right.
And yes, it's an S-Class size, but it's an E-Class price, and it's not really there.
Yeah. We drove it, we liked it. It's a fascinating car. It's got more road presence. You couldn't have more presence on the road if you drove a tank.
Yeah.
But in terms of pretty much every facet, power plant, and refinement and stuff, ride quality, interior materials are probably the weakest point, and all of those things. It's a good value, but it's not a blow for blow you've got that, I've got that. You've got this, I've got this.
Yeah.
It's definitely you buy it for the price and for the fact that it looks amazing if you're into that.
Yeah.
So on the ICE side, I think it's safe to say not so much. And certainly not really any SUVs until we get the recently launched Hongqi L7,
Right.
which
Again, I mean, that's the L series.
So no one
can get hold of them.
No, you're right.
Unless you've got the right
I'll
connections.
never ever even see one probably. Maybe at an auto show.
Yeah.
But anyways, it'll be roped off.
Yeah, and you won't be allowed in it.
So anyways, so not really on the ICE side, but I think it's a different story on the EV side. What do you think?
Very much so.
Yeah. So let's name the ones that we think are the luxury EV competitors.
Well,
Neo, for sure.
Hi-Fi.
Hi-Fi. And then I guess we're back to Hongqi, right?
Of course, yeah.
So
never not mention Hongqi.
Can never not mention Hongqi in a video.
Yeah.
So Neo is pretty obvious on its face. If you've been inside of a Neo, especially with a Napa leather package, I struggled to find anywhere there that wasn't like, wow.
The thing you have to remember,
nice.
though, in Neos is often the ones you get for testing have a lot of optional extras. Neo
sure.
have a lot of extras,
For sure.
which you think, oh, this is really nice. And then you actually look, and actually that's not standard on any of them.
You're right. So
The leather being one of them.
the leather's an extra. It's a considerable amount of money.
Yeah, I think it's about 10,000 RMB extra or something.
More than
Or
that,
maybe,
I think. I think it's more like 20 or 30.
Yeah, possibly.
But point is, which is somewhere between $3,000 and $10,000 or whatever. Not 10,000. $3,000 and maybe $5,000. So point. So Neo, yes, but you can make it a luxury, a truly luxury competitor, and you can do it.
And they're very well built.
Yes, you can do so. The fit and finish is great. You can do so at a price that still undercuts the competition from abroad. And what competition even? What
much, really.
What EQC? Sorry, is it EQC?
When it gets to the three-letter things,
I
I
know,
have
right?
a terrible job of remembering them.
EQC is the one that got out first, right? And then there's no EQE yet. There's EQ.
No, I don't think
Are they really called the EQE? That's interesting.
There's
But the point is,
yeah.
in terms of, there's nothing short of an EQC can compete with the Neo in terms of material quality.
Yeah, certainly with the ES8 in a way, because there's nothing of that size that I don't think anybody has.
Not full electric, no.
Yeah.
So moving on, Hi-Fi X.
Yes.
We've driven it. We like it.
Yeah. And they've got a new car coming out.
And they've got a new car coming out. It came out, or I don't know.
No, it's being previewed tomorrow.
Well, then it's definitely out by the time this video comes out. So, Hi-Fi, why do we think it's a luxury vehicle? Step one, material quality.
Material quality is really very good.
Very nice.
Yes.
What's not soft touch is either metal or high quality plastics. Very nice. Design-wise.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So many features, so many different...
really, there's so much thought that has gone into that design.
That's a good way to put it.
They've thought of what problems can people possibly run into, and what are solutions. One of the things that stands out for me with the Hi-Fi is you can actually signal you're doing a U-turn.
We didn't mention that in the video because I didn't figure out. Can you do that?
Yeah, you just if you're, for example, going to you just go down twice on it. And then it signals a U-turn, and it'll show U-turn on your instrument panel. Plus, on the side, on the back and the front, it'll show a U where the indicator panel is.
I'm sorry, my dear followers and fans of Wheelsboy, I have failed you. I did not know that and did not include that in the review, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah, very.
I figured you were going to say it was something buried in the menu.
No, it's just twice down.
That's cool. So, the Hi-Fi material quality, just amount of thought that went to the interior, the features, the tech is pretty crazy.
Yes, very good.
You got stuff like rear wheel steer. You've got air suspension.
That's because it's so big.
You have to.
You have to. Otherwise.
In fact, our next car, or the final car we'll probably discuss for this, the Hongqi EHS9 needs rear wheel steer like crazy.
Yes.
It is the same 5.2 meter length
They're very
as
similar in length.
We're talking about almost 20-foot vehicle.
Yeah.
And so it needs rear wheel steer like, really badly.
Yes.
Because it's simply much more difficult to maneuver. I was multiple times impressed with the Hi-Fi X that I'd be going to make a U-turn and I'd be reaching for the reverse and realize, oh no, I'm going to make it. I'm going to be fine because I got 10 degrees of rear wheel steer. The Hongqi needs that. Has an air suspension, but do we consider it a full luxury vehicle? I think it suffers from the same thing that the H9 does.
Sorry, which car are we talking about? The EHS9.
EHS9. The EHS9.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I think it has incredible presence.
Yes, very much.
Great design. It looks like a particular Rolls Royce that's much more expensive.
Although not in a copy way.
No, I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. And then it's got your a solid EV powertrain. 0 to 100 kilometers an hour is like 5 seconds, fast enough. The fact that you can move that thing so fast is impressive. But
It's
again,
a brick.
it's an absolute
0.34.
drag coefficient of drag. Yeah, not that impressive. I guess it is impressive just looking at it. You'd think it was 0.8. But so powertrain wise, pretty competitive. It could be faster, I guess, but that's all. Who cares? But I think where it falls down is just the interior.
The interior looks quite nice.
Yeah.
But the materials are often just not up to scratch.
Yeah, I think we both found that below a certain point in the interior, let's say below the armrest here where you put your arm, hard plastics.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty typical in most cars, to be honest. But
it
for
is.
A car that is
$100,000.
Yeah, and a car that has pretenses of being a luxury car.
And a flagship luxury car.
Yes, you would expect better.
And also, so what I found less forgivable was the lack of material quality, like the soft touch materials.
They're not that soft.
They're not that soft. They're not thick enough.
Yeah.
And the center console,
Yeah.
like for example, the quilted leather part was kind of around that. It's not very soft.
Yeah, particularly when you come to the edge of it, it's just it just runs out of quilting really.
Yeah, it's like
padding.
super thin leather over
There's
a hard
no
material.
really padding
Doesn't feel
any
good.
padding underneath.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good. And so I would say that it is a luxury vehicle, but I don't think that it is a ultra competitive luxury vehicle or anything. Well, it has its highlights.
I mean, it's competitive in aspects.
Right, price.
Yes,
Right.
that being one of its main competitive points. Yeah.
For sure. So the answer to going back to our main thesis here, which is can China make a luxury vehicle? The answer is, I think, yeah.
It can to an extent, yes.
To an extent. We still are waiting for the Chinese Rolls Royce, so to speak.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe we'll never get one. I don't know. I mean,
we might not.
Yeah.
Well,
That doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. Because the reality is that Rolls Royce makes in a year what SAIC makes in a day.
Yes.
I mean, like, they're General Motors or something. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But it is, I guess, a point of pride for, I think, people in China. And also a point of interest for me as someone who pays attention to the Chinese car market, and I'm sure for you as well. Just the growth of the Chinese industry and seeing it creep upwards slowly, or do its reverse back up.
What's
sometime.
interesting is actually how well the Hongqi EHS9 and the Hi-Fi X are selling.
Yeah.
The Hi-Fi X have actually, Hi-Fi have been on sale, I think, since about May. And they've sold 2,000 of them already.
Which for a minimum $80,000 car,
it's an
not
expensive car.
Yeah. And I bet most of them a lot of them are Founders Editions maybe that are
Yeah, I'm
100,000 plus.
Yeah.
The one we drove was $121,000.
Right.
Something like that, or 115. Either way. So yeah, they're actually selling, and so I think there's a demand for Chinese luxury vehicles, especially on the EV side.
Yes, very much.
ICE side, maybe not so much.
Yeah,
so
they're not really quite there either.
And by the way, I think we both agree that the idea of right now, if I was a Chinese automaker, investing a lot of money in the R&D to create a true luxury ICE vehicle right now, no,
Makes absolutely no sense.
no
whatsoever.
sense. Wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
That's just where the Chinese market is headed. They're all going towards EVs. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for the topic. Thank you very much for joining us, Mark. Yeah. Thank you to you guys for watching. Of course, be sure to leave your comments and questions below. Are we right? Are we wrong? We think we're right, but maybe you disagree.
Of course we're right.
Of course we're sure. You better come in strong in the comments. Yeah, look for Mark in the comments. Most importantly, though, we really want to hear some ideas from you for future topics for the channel. Of course, your comments are very inspiring for us in that respect. Be sure to check us out on Instagram and Facebook. That's our main Wheelsboy channel. That's in the description below. And then be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Thank you for watching.